We start tonight on a dangerous mission in Jamaica.
This wasn't a fun getaway to a sunny island, but a special invitation for me to ride along with a task force rounding up violent thieves. The bad guys there are targeting innocent Minnesotans. It's a sophisticated scam that nets $30 million a year here. Tonight, see what's so important to the thieves that they will kill for it. In the air over the lush island of Jamaica, federal agents are searching for some of the cleverest scam artists in the world. And some of the biggest targets of these scammers are Minnesotans.
We estimate right now Minnesotans are losing about $30 million a year annually.
John Willems is director of the Alcohol and Gambling Enforcement Division for the Minnesota Department of Public Safety. He and another special agent are here in Jamaica to begin the first of what they hope will be a continuous crackdown on these scammers.
I don't know whether it's the Minnesota nice, I don't know whether it's the Midwestern attitudes and the trusting nature or whatever it is, but Minnesota is heavily targeted.
Well, I was contacted by phone by these people which had a foreign dialect.
That we had won a large sum of money.
In order to get the money from there to the United States, you have to pay a special tax.
They start out friendly, but then one man, when I told him to stop scamming, stop calling me, he said, "I'll kill you."
All of the victims we talked with were very afraid. They did not want us to use their names or tell you where they live because they have all been threatened by the scammers. Threats of death, burning down their homes, even raping their grandchildren.
Hope you sleep good, he said, and then he hung up.
Their stories are very much the same as at least 60,000 other Minnesotans.
Well, I cried constantly, and I called everybody that I thought I could get some help from. And they said they couldn't do anything because they were out of the country.
But there is something that can be done. Minnesota is leading the charge against these crimes.
And we just thought that, again, Minnesota citizens deserve better than you can do nothing. And so our whole approach to this point is that's unacceptable. Don't tell me what I can't do. Tell me what I can do.
What they're doing is working with U.S. federal agents and Jamaican police. They're providing evidence from Minnesota victims so that they can make raids and arrests here at the heart of the problem.
Where is this vehicle?
Today, they're raiding 4 different houses, collecting computers and cell phones as evidence. Jamaican soldiers must be prepared. These scammers are armed and dangerous. They have murdered more than 400 people on this small island just to get copies of phone lists, names of potential victims, and their phone numbers. 2 down now and 2 more to go. This was the second house. It wasn't even the right house, but they hit what they think is a jackpot. Thousands and thousands of names in the United States of people who are victims of this kind of scam.
All right, we just got a call from the superintendent.
A federal undercover agent is rushing us off to the next location where they have been told one of the ringleaders is hiding.
Guys and their SWAT team are hitting the house as we speak right now. They may be involved in the murder of a police officer.
Superintendent of Jamaican Constabulary, Fitz Bailey, says more than 100 million Jamaican dollars have already been seized. They will try to return this money to the people from whom it's been stolen.
I'd say around $25,000.
This retired man can't believe it happened to him.
I fell for it. At my age, I know better. I should have known better,
But these scammers are good. They build trust and become friends with their victims. Special Agent Jim Arlt is with the Minnesota Alcohol and Gambling Enforcement. Why isn't it as simple as just hanging up the phone?
A lot of times people think they're talking with our federal government officials. They might think that they're talking with the IRS. They may think they're talking with the Federal Trade Commission. So they'll make it look like it's coming from Washington, D.C.
The victims don't get a lot of sympathy. People ask, how can people be so stupid to fall for something like this?
Shame on the person who believes that these people are that ignorant. These are extremely vulnerable people. They are elderly. For someone to say that they themselves become a victim of fraud schemes is sheer ignorance.
Immigration and Customs Enforcement officers are leading the federal fight. Tomorrow night, hear from an informant who worked inside one of those operations in Jamaica. He's got incredible stories of how he scammed people. And if you get a call, don't believe the threats. And a report is right away. It's the only way that they're ever going to get these guys. You can file your report online or get a phone number of the State Department of Public Safety at WCCO.com/links. Tonight, thousands of Minnesotans are dealing with the embarrassment and anger that comes from being scammed. Authorities invited me to Jamaica to walk along on rides and raids targeting the scammers. Let me sit down with a guy who used to make a living stealing from strangers. Tonight, you're going to hear how he gained the victim's trust.
I told him, yes, indeed, they have won the money.
Once inside one of the biggest scam operations in the world, this man is now an informant working with U.S. and Jamaican officials. We talked with him here in Jamaica, where Federal Immigration and Customs Enforcement, along with Minnesota agents, are trying to shut down this lottery sweepstakes operation. Armed officers raided house after house, making arrests and confiscating cars, laptop computers, and phones. The jackpot? What scammers call a sucker list. Names and phone numbers of victims. And so, what did you tell them that they had won, or what did they believe that they had won?
Money.
How much?
Millions of dollars.
But people are told they can only get the millions and millions after they send money to pay for taxes and fees. Last year, Minnesotans lost more than $30 million to this scam, and it gets worse. Once a victim pays, that's when this guy steps in.
Yes, I disguised my voice.
He posed as a government official, offering to help people get their money back, and then tried to get more out of them.
Some of them are told that I was from America. I was sent from America to investigate the thing. I'm the only person legit in Jamaica who is investigating the lottery scam.
These scammers are sophisticated. They earn trust. Some of the scammers use official U.S. government letterhead from the Federal Trade Commission or the Internal Revenue Service. They're able to disguise their phone calls to make it look like they're calling from Washington, D.C. And most people are willing to send more money to help catch the bad guys.
Even at times when I'm there telling them that no, do not send the money to them, it's a scam and I'm investigating and I know it's a scam, they don't believe me. They believe the people who are taking out money from them.
I don't have any money to send them. My life has been destroyed.
This woman is one of 60,000 Minnesotans victimized by these callers. She doesn't want us to use her name or tell you where she lives because the callers have threatened to kill her if she talks to anyone. She has sent thousands of dollars and is about to lose everything.
I very possibly, in fact, in the next few days could lose my home.
Well, as you can see here in Jamaica, the Jamaican government is committed to combating this crime.
Scott Hatfield is the operations specialist with Immigration and Customs Enforcement. The victims of this crime are hit hard. Some have lost even more than their life savings.
In New Jersey, a couple of years ago, an elderly female was scammed out of the tune of $248,000 by a telemarketer in Jamaica. And due to being overcome with despair and desperation, she took her own life.
This is a global problem. It requires a global solution, and states need to be involved in it.
John Willems is the director of Minnesota's Alcohol and Gambling Enforcement Division of the Department of Public Safety. He's here leading the fight because Minnesotans are a prominent target.
The goal is for us to see the perpetrators arrested, and if that happens in Jamaica, and we can help that happen because of the evidence we can acquire for them in Minnesota, we've been successful.
Did you ever feel bad about what you were doing?
Yes, at times. Looking back, it's something that no one who have a heart is going to feel good about.
The guy we talked with said he offered to help U.S. authorities when he realized that he would soon be caught. Immigration and Customs Enforcement asked us to obscure his face and alter his voice so he would not be identified and killed by the criminals he's turning on. And we can't say this enough. If you get a call, first, don't worry about the threats. Don't send any money and report the crime. We'll tell you how at WCCO.com/links.